And now, here to entertain you all, because every day he's hustling. Side Hustle Cinema.
Welcome back to the channel, Side Hustle Cinema here. Thanks for clicking on this video. And guys, today I wanted to bring you a most anticipated video. This is physical media releases that are coming out in the month of April. And I've kind of narrowed it down to like a top 10 of sorts. No particular order. And this will be the US releases. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to talk about some of the like the foreign releases, the imports that you might want to pick up. Some will be available, from boutique stores, like Orbit or Diabolic or different places that they may have some of these. But it looks like a pretty good month. We've got 5 Tuesdays in April, so that's kind of cool. An extra month of physical media, and then there's some pretty good stuff coming out. So I'm just going to go week by week. I'm going to tell you what I'm most looking at in this week, and then I'll mention a few other titles that are also coming out in that week, just so we cover most of everything coming out, or at least stuff that I find somewhat interesting. Let me know in the comment section though below what it is, that you're looking forward to, that you're going to pick up possibly, or at least want to watch. Some of these movies I haven't seen, so I may want to check them out before I decide if I want to buy them, but others I've pre-ordered, and some I just know I'm going to pull the trigger and blind buy them. So yeah, let's get on into this one. And let me give you one of the imports here real quick before we get going. And that's because the movie itself has already been released here in the States. And that's The Iron Claw. It just came out this past Tuesday here in the States, but only on Blu-ray. And a lot of people were picking that up, and I was hearing tons of people saying, oh man, this didn't get a 4K, it didn't get a 4K. Well, it actually is getting a 4K. You just, you have to import it, which isn't hard to do at all. On April 5th, if you want to order the Iron Claw in 4K, it is going to be available. Pre-orders up now, and it's on Amazon Germany. Basically, all you got to do is, you can just go to Amazon Germany's website, and you do that just from going to Amazon and changing the country code, or changing the country tab to Germany. Or you can go to blu-ray.com, and you know how all the movies are linked to Amazon. You can go up to the top of blu-ray.com, change it to Germany, and then click on any movie on the site, and it'll take you to Amazon Germany. And from there you just type in the Iron Claw 4K, and there you go. You can just follow through with the order just like you would here in the States. It's going to cost you a little bit extra money, because you're importing that one. And it's on 4K, so it's going to cost you a little bit more. But, if you're a big fan of the movie, it might be worth it. And there's going to be a lot of other movies I'm going to talk about that are only getting a Blu-ray here in the States. But the 4Ks are available. So this won't be the first time I mention this type of thing in this video. So, alright, diving into week 1. And this is probably my favorite week of the month. Because this one, I didn't put the movies, I didn't rank them in order, but if I had, this movie would be number 1 on my list, and that is Major League, is getting a 4K. I love that movie so much. From the opening credits where, you're getting Burn On from Randy Newman, all the way to the end credits. It is such a good movie. Yeah, I'm a Randy Newman fan. But yeah, it's such a funny movie, quotable. A lot of energy in that movie. I saw it in theaters. It was like a really good experience. Both these versions that come out, the slipcover edition and the steelbook edition, look really cool. I could definitely see people wanting to double dip on this one. I ended up going with the Steelbook. I don't double dip very often, but I went with the Steelbook, and I'm hoping it gets here for the weekend. It's shipped already. I got the shipping notification yesterday, so hopefully they're quick, and hopefully maybe I'll get it like on Saturday or something. That'd be great, you know. All right, what else is coming out that I'm anticipating on the 2nd? I think I had another one. Yeah, I do, and it's Easter, Bloody Easter. I don't know if it's related to Christmas, Bloody Christmas, but it looks kind of cool. It sounds kind of cool. I wish it came out right before Easter, though. You know, they kind of dropped the ball. They should have had this one come out like 2 weeks ago, you know? So everybody could have picked it up for Easter. But it's basically about this town in Texas that, you know, is having a big Easter festival, you know, big celebration, egg hunt, the whole thing, you know. And, but there's been some murders going on. People are coming up missing. They don't know what's going on. And so some people are like, maybe we shouldn't have this big celebration. But it's in Texas, and the sheriff and the church are like, no, we're definitely having, you know, our Easter party here. And well, there's a legend, you know, some kind of a jackalope, which is like a rabbit with some horns on it. And apparently he's got some minions as well. And he's kind of like a shapeshifter, like almost like a werewolf. It looks kind of goofy if you watch the trailer, but it looks kind of cool at the same time. You know, it's low budget, but it does look like a lot of fun. And so they don't shut down the Easter party. And of course, you know, I'm sure carnage ensues. And it should be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. You know, what can I say? Other movies that are coming out, those are the only two that made my anticipated list from this week. There's a few other things coming out. You know, you got Baby Assassins 2. Stigmata is coming out. That one's kind of good. I don't know. I don't really know too many. Messiah of Evil sounds kind of interesting. It's a 1973 horror flick. Now moving on to the 9th of April, and I've got another sort of low-budget horror movie, and that is Seed People. And that one's a Full Moon Features movie. And I kind of had my eye on this one anyway, because I do like Full Moon. I like the monster, you know, the creature features, the monster movies. This one looks pretty cool. But Garrett over at Born to Be Rad, I guess he got a review copy of this one in. And, you know, he was pretty energetic, pretty excited during his review. He definitely gave it a recommendation. And so, yeah, I think that kind of sealed the deal for me. And I'm going to be checking that one out and putting that one in the Full Moon collection for sure. We also get Night Swim. I put that one on the list. That one's going to be one, though, that I want to watch first. And the reason is I just never seen it in theaters. Kind of heard mixed things about it. Kind of, you know, middle of the road. You know, kind of a meh kind of movie. But I never saw that one, so I don't know. It's coming out on Blu-ray here in the U.S. But if you are interested in the 4K, if you saw it and were a big fan, May 6th, you can get a 4K of this one. Will be available. And that one is another Amazon Germany title. And so, yeah, part of the reason why I want to watch it first is, you know, I'm going to make up my mind, you know, do I want to wait around for the 4K? Or just get the Blu-ray, or maybe I just don't need to see it more than once. We'll see. We'll see what happens. One that I am going to be picking up, though, that I have seen and liked it a lot, and that was It's a Wonderful Knife. That one also gets a Blu-ray release. No 4K out there as far as I can tell. Couldn't find one overseas or anything. But that one comes out on the 9th as well. Interesting about this one, it's available on Orbit right now. You can pick it up from the store, and they don't have it coming with a slipcover. And on Blu-ray.com it says, slipcover with the first pressing. So that was kind of interesting. So I don't know if it's going to have a slipcover or not. If it doesn't, though, I've got you covered. When this movie came out, I enjoyed it so much, I picked up a bootleg copy, and I made a slipcover for it. And so, yeah. So if there's no if there's no slipcover, good old Side Hustle, it's got your back. I'll put that one up in the store on the eBay. If it doesn't have a cover. If it does, I won't bother putting it up. There's a few others that are coming out, though, this month that didn't quite make the list. One that was close, though, is Lost in Space. This one's coming from Scream Factory. It is a collector's edition. You are getting a slipcover for it. Man, I wish this one would have been in 4K. That would have been great. I do like the movie. I may pick that one up. Not sure, though. On the fence about it. But most likely I might get that one, too. And Lisa Frankenstein is coming. And that one is going to be on Blu-ray here in the States. But, like a lot of the others, if you want the 4K, it will be available. But you're going to have to wait till June 3rd. And it's not going to be available here in the States. It's going to be an overseas 4K. I think that one came from the UK. Alright, now we got April 16th, and there's two movies from Kino Lorber that I really want, and I'm thinking about just go ahead and picking them up. I mean, I probably should wait for the sale, but sometimes if you get kind of excited about a movie, you just want to pull the trigger on it, and that is Fletch and Fletch Lives. They're putting both of them out at the same time on April 16th. And I'm a big fan of Fletch. Those are good movies. They're funny. They're funny with just, a little bit of action to them. But they are really kind of funny. Fletch plays he's an investigative, journalist. And in the first one, he's investigating, Tim Matheson, who is, one of my favorite actors of all time. And this is early Chevy Chase, too. So this is all right around the whole Lampoons kind of time and stuff. To me, this is just another one of those. It's not a Lampoons movie, but it's kind of an offshoot of a Lampoons movie. He always goes into these deep undercover kind of journalists who's always using disguises and things, trying to get the scoop, get the story. And usually he gets caught up in some crazy stuff. And these movies are no different. That's pretty much what happens. And they are funny. I enjoy the heck out of them. I like them. Even that new Fletch movie, the Confess Fletch, with John Hamm, that was pretty good too. I like that one. So yeah, I'm definitely picking up these movies from Kino Lorber. I think that was it for the 16th. Let me double check. Yep, checking my notes. The April 23rd is a good week. We got some bangers coming out that week. We're getting The Departed. That's a great movie. That one's got Mark Wahlberg and Matt Damon and Leonardo DiCaprio. It's such a good movie, and I'm sure everyone's seen it. But yeah, we're finally getting that on 4K. It's got a steelbook as well as, you know, a slipcover edition. There's a Groove, I think, has a steelbook. Um, it might be exclusive to them, or maybe you can order it everywhere. But yeah, Groove is a good place to go get it. You're gonna get like definitely probably the cheapest price if you go through them. Their prices, their sales are always really good. And if you've never shopped there before, well, you get like a discount, so that's a bonus. Sometimes you get that discount even if you have shopped there. You should always plug it in and try it. I've had it work multiple times, um, you know, and I've ordered from there several times, so I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The Beekeeper is also coming out. I love The Beekeeper. That was so much fun. Seems like every year in July or in January, you know, that's supposed to be like the dump month for movie theaters, where like these, you know, like the not so great movies kind of come out in January. Well, last year we got Plane, which was another great action movie that I loved, and it came out in January, kind of an under the radar action flick. And this year, that movie is Beekeeper. You know, came out in theaters. I think it did okay. Did pretty well. But yeah, it's just it was a lot of fun. They make him so like just OP in that movie, though. I mean, he's so overpowered. Um, like he's almost he's like right up there with John Wick as far as overpoweredness goes. I mean, it's crazy. He's just single-handedly beating up entire SWAT teams and things. It's a crazy movie, but I enjoyed the heck out of it. Kind of loved it. Definitely picking that one up. And speaking of revenge movies, Beekeeper is a revenge movie. And my next one is a revenge movie. This is Rolling Thunder, coming to us from Shout Select. And this is a 1977 film. And this one is really good. It's a revenge movie as well. It's one of those where the guy gets back from Vietnam. A lot of things are going on. His wife was cheating on him while he was gone. You know, a lot of things are changed. He's kind of screwed up in the head a little bit. Got a little bit of that, you know, PTSD, you know, is going on. A lot of things. And well, the town, you know, throws him a little celebration. They give him like a bunch of these like silver dollars in like a case, like a suitcase or whatever. And you know, they do a nice thing for him, but then these guys show up. They want to take his money. They end up like raping his wife. They put his hand in the garbage disposal, you know, so he ends up like losing his hand. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens to him, and he was already kind of crazy. So this ends up like throwing him way over the edge, and he's looking to just go clean house and get his revenge. And he enlists his buddy, who's played by Tommy Lee Jones. So you get Tommy Lee Jones in there as well, and they just go around and you know, deal out the punishment. It's a good movie. I think most people like that one, but I think a lot of people have never seen it. So this one will be fun for a lot of people. They'll get to watch it for the first time. I haven't seen it in a number of years, and it's on 4K. So that's gonna be great. You know, because this movie is from '77. It was very old looking, and so yeah, this is gonna be a good one. It's gonna look great. Strongly recommend that one. And then finally on April 30th, we're getting the Oceans 11, 12, and 13 4K steelbooks. And I think those might be Groove exclusives. That's where I pre-ordered them from. And I'm pretty excited about those. I liked 11 the best, and then 12, and then 13. I kind of think they sort of drop off as they go on. That's the way I kind of felt about it. They could have really just kept it at Ocean's 11, and I would have been just happy with the one. But I went ahead and ordered all three. They kind of, look like they go together a little bit. They all have similar artwork on the steelbooks. And, yeah, I'll be glad to give them all a rewatch. But I do really love they're not part 11. The first one, Ocean's 11. I thought that was the best one. Also, and that's kind of it for my top 10. That was the last one. But there's a lot of stuff that comes out on that week that I think people will be interested in. Maybe, I don't know. Madam Web comes out, on Blu-ray and 4K, and there's this, steelbook available and all that good stuff. You got Mean Girls, like the original. That one comes out with a pink case. That'll be kind of cool, I guess. I feel like a lot of people have this movie, though, because, that steelbook, like, what was it, I forget what they call it in the movie. I don't know. I'm not a big Mean Girls fan. I thought it was okay, And then the new Mean Girls movie comes out, the one that's like a musical. I'm not watching that. I don't think at all. No interest there. We also got Moon Knight. I think that one's a steelbook. It's one of those Marvel type. It's one of those Marvel TV series. You got Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You got Obi-Wan Kenobi. You got Andor. Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. There's just a bunch of those streaming seasons of some Star Wars stuff. You got some Marvel stuff if you're interested in those. So that's going to do it for the movies that come out in April. So again, just a real quick recap of the 10 that I'm most excited for. We have The Departed. We have Fletch and Fletch Lives. Seed People. The Ocean's 11, set of steelbooks, 12 and 13. Beekeeper, It's a Wonderful Knife. Major League. Rolling Thunder. Easter, Bloody Easter, and Night Swim. Those are pretty much the ones that I plan on watching. Most of those I will probably end up buying. And there'll be a few others along the way. But now let's talk about... I just have a few that I'm going to talk about coming out overseas. Of course, we talked about Night Swim coming out on 4K May 6th. So if you're interested in that one, it does have a 4K. Lisa Frankenstein on June 3rd. So if you want that one on 4K, it will be available as well. The Iron Claw, if you haven't picked up the Blu-ray and you might want the 4K, that is available on April 5th. And then The Holdovers, another movie that, was big around the Oscar time. I enjoyed it, but it's not one that I liked so much that I want to. I don't think I had the rewatchability, so I'm probably not going to be, picking that one up. And, but it's getting a 4K April 22nd. And of course all these, are available overseas, mostly through Amazon Germany or Amazon UK. There is a few other movies that probably will be available here in the States in some form or fashion. And they're from Umbrella, which is an Australian company. So, they're not listed on like Blu-ray.com, but they are coming out, and that is like Masters of the Universe. That one's interesting. It's a great looking set, but it's only on Blu-ray. And I don't remember loving the movie that much. You know, if it was on 4K and it came with all that extra stuff that they do great bundles, you know, an umbrella. But it looks like a cool set. It almost makes me want to get it. But I just don't think the movie's that good. Like, my memory of it is that the movie kind of sucked. Tank Girl with Lori Petty. Now that is one that I'm interested in. Probably one that I'm going to pick up. Now this set also looks really cool. And just like with Masters of the Universe, it's just on Blu-ray. So, a bit of a downer there. Another one that they have coming out is Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael. And that one's been kind of big. It's always on those bootleg sites as, you know, one that people want. That's just never been available on Blu-ray. So it's cool to get that one. And that one's, of course, got Winona Ryder in it. You know, back when she's, you know, playing a high schooler. You know, those were really her best days. Is when she did, like, Heathers, you know, Beetlejuice, Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael. It's a really fun comedy slash drama. But yeah, I think people would like that one. I'll probably be picking that one up. And let's see, I had a couple of media books that I was interested in. One is for the Garbage Pail Kids. I thought that was kind of an interesting one. It's a good looking media book. You know, a lot of the times for me, it's the artwork on a media book that kind of draws me in. And, you know, I'll kind of dig the movie a little bit. But that one's coming out. I'm looking forward to that. Not to be confused with Rolling Thunder that I mentioned earlier. Rolling Vengeance is a movie where, you know, the guy's family gets killed and he's out for revenge, but he builds a giant monster truck that, you know, it's like a tank. It's got like a drill on it. It's got a flamethrower. And he drives this big tank around, or this big monster truck around to get his revenge on people. So that one's a lot of fun too. Really great artwork on that media book. So that's one I might pick up. Well, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. Quick apology. I apologize for not being more consistent with my uploads. I don't want to make any excuses, but I have been pretty busy with a little side hustle. It's not movie related at all. You know, not slipcover related either, but just, you know, doing something else. But now that's over. You know, it took longer than I anticipated, but now I should be back putting out videos on a more regular basis. So, you know, thanks for sticking with me during my absence. And yeah, I look forward to doing more videos coming up. So if you enjoyed the video today, do me a favor, hit that like button. If you're unsubscribed to the channel, I invite you to do so. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Coming soon.